Los Angeles is renowned for its iconic inhabitants, delightful climate, stunning coastlines, and majestic peaks. Nevertheless, beneath the surface of this city of angels, there lies a side that may not exude the same glitz and glamour. Los Angeles has its fair share of neighborhoods that are best to steer clear of, as they are notorious for their elevated levels of violent crime, property crime, and vagrancy. Join us as we delve into the 7 most perilous neighborhoods in LA for the year 2023. Number 7. Watts, one of the most perilous neighborhoods in Los Angeles, continues to grapple with a high crime rate. Surpassing the national average by 50%, the crime rate in Watts stands at 3,514 per 100,000 people. Shockingly, the odds of falling victim to a crime in this area are as high as 1 in 29. However, similar to Compton, Watts has witnessed a decline in its violent crime rate since the 1990s. In the year 2022 alone, there were 1,574 incidents of violent crime and 1,943 incidents of property crime reported in Watts. It is strongly advised to avoid walking alone at night, utilizing public transit, or carrying substantial amounts of cash or valuables in this neighborhood. Stay vigilant and prioritize your safety. Number 6. Compton, a neighborhood in Los Angeles, has long been notorious for its high crime rates and dangerous environment. While there has been a decrease in crime since the 1990s, Compton still faces significant challenges, including gun violence, drug activity, poverty, and violent crime. With a population of 97,740, the crime rate stands at 3,533 per 100,000 people, making Compton 51% more dangerous than the national average. In 2005, Compton held the unfortunate distinction of having the highest murder rate in the country, but thankfully, that statistic has improved over the past 2 decades. However, since 2020, there has been a concerning rise in both violent crime and property crime in Compton. Despite the presence of law enforcement, residents expressed their concerns about the police's ability to effectively respond to incidents. Number 5. South Los Angeles, previously referred to as South Central, is notorious for its high crime rate. With a population of 249,670, this area experiences 4,268 crimes per 100,000 people. Drug trafficking and gun violence are prevalent issues, often associated with gang activity. However, there is a silver lining. Thanks to an increased police presence since the 1990s, crime rates have gradually declined. It's important to note that the level of gang activity varies across neighborhoods, so residents should exercise caution when walking at night. On the bright side, walking during the day is relatively safer, and public transit is generally considered a secure mode of transportation. Stay vigilant and take necessary precautions to ensure your safety in South LA. Number 4. It's quite surprising, but Hollywood, the renowned hub of the movie industry, is also one of the most crime-ridden neighborhoods in Los Angeles. Despite its global fame and the presence of major production companies, Hollywood struggles with a significant crime problem. With a population of 90,322, the crime rate in this area stands at 4,894 per 100,000 people, which is a staggering 109% higher than the national average. Unfortunately, even though Hollywood attracts countless tourists, property theft and pickpocketing are all too common occurrences. If you're strolling around during the day, just make sure to keep your personal belongings secure. However, venturing out at night is not advisable. Stay safe. Number 3. Skid Row, also known as the Wholesale District, stands as one of the most perilous neighborhoods in Los Angeles. It is notorious for being one of the largest homeless encampments in America, with an estimated permanent homeless population ranging from 9,000 to 15,000 individuals. The overwhelming scale of homelessness in this area often leaves both commuters and residents feeling helpless. Over the past decade, crime rates in the Wholesale District have skyrocketed by a staggering 59%. In 2013 alone, there were 13,122 reported crimes, including 2,698 assaults, 1,350 vehicle break-ins, and 2,453 incidents of theft. The homeless population is heavily involved in the drug trade, which contributes to the high crime rates. Pickpocketing and theft are also prevalent crimes in this area, particularly in notorious spots like San Pedro Street. As a result, Skid Row transforms into a hub of gang and drug activity after 6 p.m., as cycling or walking is prohibited. Number 2. West Adams, one of the most notorious areas in Los Angeles, is plagued by high crime rates. With a population of 11,961, the neighborhood experiences a staggering crime rate of 6,811 per 100,000 people. This means that residents face a 1 in 15 chance of falling victim to criminal activities. The majority of crimes in West Adams are violent in nature, often linked to gang and drug-related incidents. While the police presence is strong, the sheer number of criminal incidents overwhelms their ability to respond promptly. Apart from gun violence, crimes such as robbery, assault, and theft are alarmingly common. Consequently, it is strongly advised against walking alone at night in this area. Even when utilizing public transportation, many residents express concerns about the overall lack of safety. Before we proceed to number 1, please like this video. Thank you. Number 1. Downtown LA, also known as DTLA, is not only the economic heart of Los Angeles, but also a notorious hotbed for crime and illicit activities. In fact, it holds the title of being the most dangerous neighborhood in the city. According to FBI crime statistics, the level of violent crime in downtown LA is a staggering 12 times higher than the national average, making it an extremely perilous place to be. And when you factor in property crimes, the overall crime rate skyrockets to a mind-boggling 530% above the national average. To put things into perspective, the LAPD reported a staggering 1,702 violent offenses in 2022 alone. And if that's not alarming enough, the murder rate reached an all-time high of 490 in 2018. These numbers paint a grim picture of the dangers lurking within the streets of downtown LA. If you find yourself in this neighborhood, especially after dark, it's strongly advised to avoid walking alone or even in a group. Homelessness remains a prevalent issue, and incidents of pickpocketing and robberies are unfortunately all too common. While the level of crime decreases during daylight hours, it's still crucial to exercise caution and remain vigilant. To navigate the treacherous landscape of downtown LA, it's important to know the worst areas to avoid. These include the region south of 3rd Street, north of 7th Street, west of Alameda Street, and east of Main Street. Additionally, it's highly recommended to refrain from carrying large sums of cash, as it can make you a target for potential criminals.